Next in the map process will be A for area. We'll be looking at market segments and then the demand side and the supply side. So the demand side, where will people want to live? The supply side, how many properties are coming to the market? So I'll have a look at the market segments. Simplified market segments, just broken up into 4 different markets. There's first home buyers, usually at the lower end of the market, looking for affordable properties and are happy with lower quality properties. And there's the upsizer market. They're usually looking for high quality properties. They're willing to pay a higher price and they want better access to amenities and employment. There's the downsizer market. These are empty nesters and retirees, usually, and they want to cash in on capital growth that they've achieved in their own properties. They're usually looking for a nice location, close to amenities and their family, and they're looking for something that is smaller and that is low maintenance. And then there's a luxury market. These properties are very expensive and very niche. This part of the market is also very volatile when it comes to prices. It is the market segment with the fewest buyers, and when selling one of these assets, the time on market is often very long. So where will people want to live? People want to live near their employer, so we want to be looking at areas with a diversified local economy. People want to be close to the CBD and activity centres, usually within 35 kilometres of the CBD. And if with the growing cities of Sydney, Melbourne, where that's not achievable, you'd be looking at being close to a major activity centre. One of the satellite cities, for example. And with Sydney and Melbourne, for the most part, they're looking at developing new suburbs with an idea of having a 20-minute neighbourhood. Anything you need to do, you can do within 20 minutes in your local area. So you don't have to go into the CBD anymore. Whether that turns out, we'll see what happens. We want to be looking at the infrastructure pipeline, as I discussed in the last video. Look at the infrastructure coming in, buy it at a discount today in the local region. We want to look at city zoning. We want to see where the future employment drivers are, where the amenities will be, what the density of housing will be, and where the major developments are going to be. We also want to look at bushfire zones and flood zones, so we know which areas to avoid. And we want to have a look at the development potential of different areas based on the city zoning plans. Of course, once again, with affordability, we want to be buying below or around that median price. And we want to be buying somewhere where the amenities are available. People want to be near schools, they want to be near shopping centres, open parks, sporting facilities and leisure activities, and public transport. Next, we'll look at the supply side, how much stock is coming to the market. So the supply of new stock, there's always lots of new supply in growth regions in the major cities with strong population growth. And these do offer some investment potential as long as they're in the growth cities. You want to have a look at how much new vacant land is coming out in each of these releases and what major developments are planned for the future. You want to have a look at the proportion of owner-occupiers. Generally, people who own their own home will take better care of their home. The owners aren't competing with you for tenants, they're living in their own property, so they will also be good when it comes to getting a decent rental yield on your property. Owners also usually don't sell in a downturn, so you are much more likely to have some level of stability in asset prices if there is an economic shock in the region. And you want to be usually looking at around the 70% or higher owner-occupied rate, which is the average owner-occupied rate across Australia, according to the Australian Bureau of Statistics. With a vacancy rate, you're looking at maybe 3% or less in an established suburb. Growth regions may have a high vacancy rate in the short term, and that is acceptable over the short term. As these regions unfold and as the population growth comes into these areas, that vacancy rate will drop. We want to be looking at the signals in the market as well. So you've always got to keep an ear out. You hearing anything about new developments? Is the government looking at selling off social housing? Why are they doing that? What are they looking to do with the area? Are they reevaluating density in any of the regions that you're looking at, or any region near where you're investing? Have a look into it. See what's happening there. Talk to local councils, talk to people in the neighbourhood. Keep an ear out for government announcements across the board.